Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Ashley's Joys. Today I'm going to be telling you 5 tips on how to save money when you are broke. Obviously, we all go through a period in our life where we have financial difficulties, right? And so I think this video is very important to me because I know what it's like to struggle. I know a lot of you guys do too, that's why you're watching this video. And I figure, why not just go ahead and give people tips on what I did to help myself financially, to be a little bit more financially stable. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background and everything, and just give you the tips, just give you the tips. So, if you like this video and want to see more tips, more videos that give, if you like this video and you want to see more videos with tips, give this video a thumbs up, so that I can do more. And also, speaking of budget, I actually got this dress from Charlotte Russe. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like so bright, oh my god. And I only paid $7 for it. And even like my backdrop and stuff, I got it for really affordable. I had this for a while. I don't use it that often, but yeah, there's so many ways to save. So let's get into this video about 5 tips and tricks to save while you're broke. Let's get started. Oh, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I can't believe I forgot to say that. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm almost to my first goal of 1,000 subscribers. That's my first goal, and I'm really excited. And I love every single one of you guys. I'm just like so grateful for every subscriber that I have. Like, some people look at my subscriber count and they may think, oh my gosh, that's not a lot of people. But to me, that's 700 people who believe in me, and so that inspires me to keep going and keep pushing. So you guys, just like to thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. But anyway, instead of me rambling, let's get into the video. So tip number 1 to saving money when you're broke. No, I said I was gonna give you guys some background. Okay, let's go back. So why this is important to me is because I grew up very, very poor, and we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have a lot of food. We struggled a lot. We didn't really have many clothes. Like, I used to always get hand-me-downs, and sometimes I would go to school with dirty clothes because my mom couldn't afford to get us like uniforms, or sometimes we didn't get Christmas gifts. It was just like we had a difficult childhood. But as I grew up, I never really, the crazy thing is, even through all of the hardships that we had, it also made me feel like I appreciated hard work even more, and I appreciated what I've earned even more because I had to work hard for it. And so, even in college, we're going to kind of fast forward. No. Even in high school, I started doing hair, and I would make a little money here and there, and I saved every dime that I could. And I was very disciplined with my money. Fast forward to college, same thing, but then I started getting these refund checks. And y'all, I didn't go crazy. I didn't do anything. I didn't buy no cars or anything like that, but I definitely could have saved more because I saved and I had a good amount saved, but yeah, I would still buy clothes. I had a shopping problem, a bargaining shopping problem. Anything that was on sale, shoes, I was just buying. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I just couldn't stop shopping. But I wasn't spending a lot of money though. It's just I was buying stuff that I didn't need. Yeah, so yeah, that was that. But then after I graduated college, it was really hard to find a job, and I was struggling financially so bad. I barely had any money. I was having a difficult time for paying my little $50 phone bill. Yes, a $50 phone. I was struggling, y'all. And then eventually I ended up finding a job, and I started to slowly kind of save, but I still had to buy food and just living. Like, I had a car and just all those things. So some things was hitting me left and right, and I ended up getting stuff put in collections. It was just so crazy, and I was just being more and more, I don't know, I was just broke. I was broke. So fast forward to moving to Arizona. I moved out here. I ended up getting a job, and I was living in a condo actually. After I stayed with my first apartment, like a starter place. It was only for like a few months, and then I found a roommate, and I was staying in a condo. And so I was able to save a little bit, but not really, because my bills were kind of expensive. It wasn't expensive, but everything that added up, just being myself out here, as far as out of my family, like my mom and my brothers and stuff, as far as comfort, what do I mean by that? Like, feeling comfortable asking anybody for help. Like, I didn't really have that out here necessarily, because even though people would have, I just didn't. So I felt like I had to do it all by myself, kind of, or just like my friends and stuff who would help me. But All that to say though, I wasn't really saving anything. So then I was looking at my credit score and everything. I'm like, man, I'm broke. You know, I'm broke. I don't have much money. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do about this. So this is where we get into the tips and how I kind of bounce back from that. And not to say that I'm rich and not to say that I have money just saved up sitting in the bank account looking nice. I don't. But the reason why I'm doing this video now is because I feel like I can truly understand like the process, and I'm going through the process, and I know some of you guys will be going through that process as well. So let's get into the tips on how I started to kind of at least take myself from this track to kind of, you know, let's go the other way. So here are 5 tips on how I basically kind of, you know, started to figure out how to save money while being broke. So tip number 1, and this is the hardest tip. It's a tip most of us avoid, and that's being honest. Honesty is the first policy to changing your situation. And that's with anything, right? You have to be honest about what you're trying to change so that you can change it. So when you look in the mirror, you need to say yourself, you need to say it to yourself, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I ain't got it like that right now. That's what you need to do, because if you don't, you're going to be sitting there living in fairy tale land thinking you got all this moolah that you don't got, and you're going to be spending money that you don't even have, and then you end up even more broke. You just need to be honest, like, I'm broke. And I don't like speaking certain words into the atmosphere, but like just saying at this moment, you know, right now, I'm financially broke, and, you know, I'm going to change that, but right now, that's where I am. So that's the first tip. Admit it to yourself and be real with yourself and kind of absorb it in for a second. Let that reality sink in. And number 2, after you've done that, you need to figure out, okay, I am broke, or I'm broke right now, and why do I want to change this? You know, like, why do I want to figure out how to save or be more financially stable? Is there an end goal for this? Is there a purpose to this? Because if you can give yourself a reason why you're doing this, it's way better for you, because it'll help you be able to be more disciplined. Because whenever you feel like spending money that you don't need to spend, you can think about, damn, why am I trying to save in the first place? So, little tip for me, I want to save because, one, I want to have savings. I want to be able to save up so if an emergency come up, I'll have that money and I'm not struggling trying to scramble it to get it or being from paycheck to paycheck. Another thing is I don't want to always be like in the same situations that I was in the past, or just looking at my, you know, my family childhood and just thinking about those things. I don't want to have to go through that again. I want to be able to be financially stable. I want to be able to help people when they ask me for help. I can just be like, hey, look, I got you because I got it. I want to be able to tithe when I go to church. I want to be able to not have to think like, man, Lord, I want to give you this money because I want to tithe. But however, Lord, I'm scared to give it to you because I need to buy food. Or I need to get to work. So I need to, you know, I don't want to have to feel like that. And I know God is not like, oh, if you don't tithe, you're going to hell or anything like that. But it's just, I love to give back to God because he's been so, like, he's been amazing to me. And it kind of sucks when I feel like I can't do that. And I know I can, but it's just like, you guys understand what I'm saying. So you have to figure out whatever your reason is, even if it's just so you can stunt, even if it's just so you can save, even if it's for your 401k or for your future grandkids or your kids or whatever, for yourself, so you can shop and just have money saved up and still have that money to have that leeway. You need to figure out, why am I trying to save? Like, because you could easily just live off the government, or you can easily just like just be broke and just live your life, because there's a lot of people who just broke and they just walk the earth, and they just, you know, or they just living from paycheck to paycheck. And not saying there's anything wrong with that, because I've done that my whole life, but they're comfortable with that. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. However, if you want to change that, why are you trying to change it? Here's the hard part too. All of this is hard because this is all going to be a process for everybody who start to do this and who start to be honest with yourself. But the third thing is, you need to literally sit down and make a budget on everything, all your bills, including food, including your shoe washing stuff, everything. You need to make a budget. What am I spending? You need to look at your bank account and see where your money going. What are you spending most of your money on? You need to literally break it down to yourself so you can see where it's going and what's coming in, so you can know how to adjust it. I mean, you need to be specific, because this is serious. Like, this is not a game. This is not a play thing. This is a real thing. Like, you have to be honest. You have to make a why, and you have to figure out where your money is going. So let's go to number 4. Number 4, after you was honest with yourself and said, you know what, I'm broke, and then you said, okay, why do I want to even start saving in the first place? and then you said, okay, let me look and see where my money is going and where it's coming in. Now you need to start specifically making a chart or like some type of method for you to take that money that needs to be saved. So you need to give yourself a goal. This is important, like how much y'all want to save each week or each month, or whatever, and you need to make that goal very clear. And whatever, you have to kind of adjust it based on how much money you get once you kind of paid out all your bills. What you have left over, you need to think, okay, what is tangible from this for me to save? And you really want to pick something that's going to be beneficial for you, not just something that's going to be easy for you, because that's a difference. If you're picking something that's just easy for you, like, oh, I'm going to save $50 out of $200 because I know that's going to be like a little bit of change. No. If you know you need to be saving $150 out of that $200, and you're only going to have $50 for your pockets, then you need to do that. You need to put that $150 aside and take that $50 and whatever, if you want, you have to pay yourself. You have to give yourself a little bit of something. I think that's important, but you need to make sure that that budget is actually realistic and it's not just you doing it to feel comfortable. Because ooh, this video long, but I mean, this is real. This is real life. So it's gonna be a little long video, but we almost done. We almost done. Once you've kind of taken that money, here's some tips to saving that money that you kind of put aside. So what I do is, I personally, I don't put that money in the bank. Now I ain't gonna tell you guys where that money at. It may be in my house, it may be at a friend's house, it may be somewhere, it may be with one of my friends. You ain't gonna know where the money is, because I don't want nobody coming to my house or my friend's house or whoever's house or my sister's house trying to take my money. We ain't gonna do that. But what you need to do is figure out, if your money's sitting in the bank and you know it's easy for you to spend that money because it's on your card and you consistently use your card, then you need to, one, either take that card and keep it at home when you're going somewhere where you have a hard time with, swiping and swiping away, and just take a little bit of cash with you. Or two, you need to take the money out and put it up somewhere, or get a second bank. Yes, a second bank, because I know some people don't want to spend that money to save. They have savings account. You don't want to do that. Well, go to another bank so you really don't touch it too. And you need to get that card and put that away completely and just start putting money in that account so that you don't touch it. You need to figure out whatever way it is for you to save. I don't care if you put your money in your mattress and putting it in somewhere where you won't touch it. Whether it be in a bank, to a friend, or somebody you really, really trust, who don't give nobody a whole bunch of money to save for you, but this is serious. So you have to take all that, you have to take that precaution, you have to take those measures so that you can actually do it. Because this is what really starts to show. So through time, and you constantly putting this little bit up, even if it's $5 a week, like I'm telling you, it adds up. That's $5 more saved than what you had a week. That's $20 a month. It's not much in your mind, but over years or over time, you're gonna start, once you kind of can save that $5, it'll be easier for you to save that $100, that $200, that $500. So when you're looking up and you're able to save $10,000 in your bank account in the future, it's because you started off with that $5 a week or that $1 a week. You ain't gonna be able to save $200 if you can't save $5 now. Number 5, to saving money when you broke, and this is a very important one as well. So you kind of was honest with yourself. You figured out why you want to save this money, and then you budgeted it all out, where your money's coming from, where it's going, and then you started to truly take a good amount and putting that aside and not touching it, and you don't plan on touching it except for emergencies or for things that you really, really need. Number 5 is hard for a lot of people too. It's and I'm saying this because a lot of people who probably watching this are going to be younger. They're going to be like around my age, and we're all going through this together. But number 5 is, you cannot budge when it comes to this whole situation. Like, you're going to be around people who want to go out, who want to eat, go shopping. You have to learn to say no. No. Or, I can do certain things, but there's a limit to this. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going out to eat and your friend's like, oh no, you want to buy all this, or you're like, hey, come on, let's get something to drink. No, because at $7 you ain't got right now. And if they can't understand that, they are not your friends, because right now you are in saving mode. It's kind of like on your phone when it turns yellow, it's the power saving mode. That is what you are on, and your phone don't let you use certain apps. It don't matter if you want to use them. It's like, no. So that's kind of how you have to start being around the people around you for a second of your life. And this is where it gets real. Everybody don't understand everybody's goals and their dreams and their aspirations. Everybody don't get what you're trying to do, and it's not your place to make them understand it. Some people may laugh at you. Some people may think, dang, you broke. Like, people may make fun of you because you're trying to do this. Seriously, I'm pretty sure there's some people watching this be like, dang, she broke. But guess what? Discipline will reap a harvest. It will reap the benefits of it all. These seeds that you're planting, it's going to reap itself. It's going to grow and it's going to blossom. And when you look up and you have this savings account sitting nicely, may I add, because you were disciplined, it's going to be worth it. And even though you may have to say no here and there to some things, somebody might ask you go on a trip, and if you ain't got it right now, you ain't got it right now. And just like, I'm sorry, maybe next year, because maybe next year you could. The thing is, you have to make a sacrifice for this moment for yourself, because sometimes you have to be selfish in order to be selfless, because you can't give and help anybody if you can't do it for yourself. You can't give anybody any money. Like, let's say your mama really need help and you can't even do it because, you know, you didn't take a moment, because for some people this can happen for 5 years, and some people this can happen for a year. Some people, it may take them years to get to this place where they're financially stable. Whatever that is, I mean, don't get me wrong, you do have to give yourself leeways here and there. But when it's something you really don't need, like you really don't need it at that moment, you know it's way more important for you to get your stuff together, like you grinding, you have to say no. You know how many of my friends ask me, hey, let's go, let's do this, and I'm like, no, I can't. And they're like, you know, if they want to pay for it, then that's them. You know, it's not easy, y'all. It is not easy, especially when you want to. A lot of times we kind of like hide the pain by spending our money. But you have to take a second to think about the reality of the situation, and you have to change it. Otherwise, if you don't, then you're going to always be broke. So these are tips that I like to give you guys, and it's a lot more, a little bit more, I guess, if you want me to get into deeper details, because I know this is 17 minutes long. It's a little long for me. I don't want you guys sitting here like us. She just running her mouth. But I really hope that this helps somebody, because, like I said, I know what it's like to be broke. I understand what it's like to try to save. But I'm just really saying, I'll say you can do it. If you want to save and you want to kind of change your financial situation, you need to first do all the things I said, and then the biggest thing is just prayer. Ask God to guide you. Ask Him to help you to figure out ways to save your money, to invest your money, to figure out other ways to help yourself become financially stable. Because, you know, through God, we are kings and queens, and we are not broke, okay? You are not a broke person. You just have to get yourself together. That's all. Just get yourself back on track, and you'll get there. So if you guys have any more questions, please leave it below. If you guys want to know any more tips and tricks that I have for saving, write it below, and I'll make sure I'll write it down, because this video is long. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you want to see a haul on these clothes that I got from Charlotte Russe for really, really cheap, be sure to like this video or tell me below. But anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye. It's a long video. Gosh, it's so long.